escalated from, and then again, like it's spread everywhere. But it's very, very interesting that seems like it's this base human nature to fear what you don't know. And the fact that breeds violence is freaking insane. I don't understand.
Right.
Why beat up a trans woman or man? Or like, why? What the hell are they hurting? Again, I mean, I love that meme. If you don't like gay marriage, don't marry a gay person. Come on. Like, it's just... Right? But again, see, I'm getting offended instead of trying to, see, I'm taking the wrong tone, which isn't going to make the changes that we need to see.
No, but it does bring out the points of what type of negative behavior is out there that we need to talk about. So even though it's not a positive conversation necessarily, it is a needed conversation that brings out and leads to positive solutions.
If it's not something you don't like, don't do it. I'm not going into the topic, but just to throw it off, you don't want it. You don't like abortions, don't get one. Don't fucking tell me what to do. I mean, it's the same thing for pretty much everything. Whatever happened to that? Don't tell me what to do, and I won't tell you what to do. Now it's, you know what? I know better than you. I'm smarter than you. This is what I want, and this is what I'm going to push upon for everybody. And that's fucking bullshit. How was that freedom of anything?
Yeah. So we've got about another 8 minutes before we have to go to our PSAs.
We're not kicking you guys off. You could totally call in for the next segment. You guys are awesome.
They don't need to call in for the next segment. They're already on the phone. Well, oh my God!
See, this is why he stays married to me, because of stupid shit like that.
So realistically, okay, moving forward from where we are now, how do we go through the process of taking the education, the experiences and stuff like that, and disseminating that against the bias of what is fighting against it? Okay. For example, you got protesters at the Pride Festival. Was the Westboro there? Good old Westboro. How?
I think so. AJ had to call back in and is muted. But I didn't see Westboro. I think AJ did. You'll have to unmute him.
Oh, okay, let me try to figure that.
That's proof that evil just won't die.
There I am.
There you are.
Hey.
All right. Westboro actually wasn't there. Westboro was at a bunch of high schools over that weekend, which I thought really was weird because they had a perfect opportunity. But,
Okay, so the question is, real quick, how do we get past those that are dead set on stopping it? You know what I mean? Stopping the progress, stopping the move towards equality for all. How do we deal with that? Because those roadblocks are going to keep getting thrown up. And I think people that want to be allies are trying to find ways to get over those hurdles.
So, unfortunately, we can't mute opinions. This is America, and we do advertise freedom of speech. Sorry, I'm walking somewhere, and I keep on running into people. But fortunately, we do have the opportunity to talk to people on a one-on-one level, as I mentioned. And sometimes it honestly starts with having those conversations. Like, the ultimate solution is me being able to be like, hey, you know me, I'm human. Surprise, I'm trans. You still hate me?
Yeah, but why would you even have to say that? That's the point that I think people need to understand is why would you feel like you would have to tell somebody that you're trans? I mean, we should be in a society where you don't have to say that. You shouldn't have to say that. You're a person.
So a lot of times people don't have human faces to attach to these labels. Labels are sometimes a problem, and both give people a community to rally under. I was trans until I heard the word transgender, and I was like, what's that? And then I started looking it up. So labels can be a beautiful thing. It can also be dangerous because it dehumanizes those people. So if someone doesn't know someone who's trans, they're going to believe everything they're hearing about them. Sure. It's unfortunate that people are that gullible, but it's true.
Right. So what's your opinion?
And I would rather put myself out there. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Finish that.
Okay. So I would rather put myself out there as a trans person than have someone who is in more danger than I am. because I am a cis-passing trans male. I don't really face much oppression from being trans anymore as it is, unless it's like, oh, I'm going to the doctor and I'm facing issues. But that's my own personal issues. In the realm of society, I don't really face many issues anymore.
Okay, so Amber, what do you think we should be getting people to bring them in? How should we go from this point forward?
I'm starting to realize that it's important not to waste our breath on the ones that are in office. We might not change their minds, but we can change the minds of the people that maybe support them. I think if we can educate, how do I put this right? Like, we can educate the ones that can influence change, I guess. Take, for example, at Planned Parenthood when we escort, and there's the same protesters talking shit to these women that are going for whatever procedure they may be going for, but I try not to engage with them. I'm not going to change any of their minds. They're dead set in lying about what Planned Parenthood does, what those women are there for. But I can educate the people that are standing there staring at them, wondering what they're doing and believing what they're saying. I can educate maybe one of the people that's kind of standing away from them but supposedly in solidarity with them. Maybe I can get through to that person. People on Facebook that don't even know what the hell Planned Parenthood is. I remember there was a march and there was a girl with 2 children and it said, "What's Planned Parenthood?" So I told her very briefly, but I think that there are some people we can't change their minds. There are many, many, many more that we can educate and make them realize that they were listening to total ignorance, I guess. And it's just important to do that in a friendly manner, not assume. I mean, when this election happened, I cleared some of my Facebook out. I assumed that they were all terrible, idiotic douchebags, and they're all not. I mean, I don't hate all Republicans. There are some that are smart. There are some maybe misguided, and I think it's important to not lose our tempers and just try to educate as we can, but point bullshit out when we see it or hear it. You know what I mean? I'm not. Shoot, I don't know where that thought was going. Sorry, but it's important to try to educate when we can.
What time is it?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish it.
Oh, no, I was just going to say educate when we can, but understand when you're talking to a brick wall, don't waste your breath. Right. And try not to lose your temper, because there are those that want to see you do that, and that's going to fuel their false opinion of that particular group.
Right. No, and that's good advice. So thank you both, AJ and Amber, for being on the show tonight. We have to go to our PSAs and move into our next segment. There is a lot of things that we can be talking about in future shows, so both of you should plan on being on the show again sometime in the near future, because we have many, many more things that we need to discuss.
Definitely. Thanks for having me, too.
Thanks for being on with us.
And you guys try to stay out of trouble, okay?
Just
for a
don't
few
get
minutes.
caught. That's
okay,
not fun.
well, don't get caught. Or be in trouble, or something like
Try is the operative word.
Yeah. All right,
Definitely.
folks.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. So when we come back in about 5, we're going to do our PSAs, and we have a wonderful couple that we know that was able to finally get married, and they had the ability to adopt a beautiful little girl. We're going to talk to them about the trials and tribulations of what they had to go through to make that possible. So we'll be back in about 5. Go ahead and listen in to our PSAs, and don't go away.
Are you worried about what your money is paying for when you pay your insurance bill? How many times have you seen a company or agent helping a cause you disagree with? It happens again and again and again. Progressives who want to make sure that they are helping the issues they care about have an agent on their side. Matthew Serra is here to help you save money on your insurance and give you the comfort of mind knowing that you are supporting causes that you hold dear. To see if he can save you money, contact him at 602-753-8574. Make sure you are saving money today.
My name is Scott Pryor, chair of Arizona's LD16 Democrats. One of the things I have noticed since I became active in politics in 2012 is that people in general have increased their value of political affiliation over the value of humanity and community. Interpersonal communication has become more defined by our online communications and less defined by our face-to-face interactions. This has drastically reduced our ability to empathize with one another and find common ground to create real conversation and real solutions. If you frequent Facebook or Twitter or some of the other social media websites, you will see that many people are referring to each other as liberals or conservatives or libtards or Republicans. And many times, what starts as a real logical conversation becomes useless as people move from logical discourse to online shouting matches and name-calling. This type of behavior really must change. As chair of the LD16 Democrats, our local party will begin moving in a new direction. Instead of focusing on political change, we will begin focusing on changing ourselves and our communities. We will attempt to work together with others to help create better communication through cooperation, such as food and clothing drives, friendly competitions such as bowling, riflery, softball games, and yes, even karaoke. Our goal is to try to take the political affiliation out of the primary focus of all of our communications and start treating people as individuals, neighbors, and friends. As a gesture of this new focus, I will begin working to provide free educational seminars to the public, which will give people the proper tools necessary to not only participate in the state governmental process, but also interact with the different committees and legislators that are at the Capitol to represent us. I look forward to the future and hope that we can all begin to work together to create better solutions for all the people in our community.
Hello, my name is Michelle Short. Stu DeHaan and myself are co-chapter heads of the Arizona chapter to the Satanic Temple. Our chapter was given birth in February of 2016 in the aftermath of our first and biggest challenge, when we requested to perform our invocation in front of the Phoenix City Council on behalf of the Satanic Temple. As Satanists that worship through activism, the mission of the Satanic Temple is to encourage benevolence and empathy among all people, reject tyrannical authority, advocate practical common sense and justice, and be directed by the human conscience to undertake noble pursuits guided by the individual will. Civic-minded, the Satanic Temple has been involved in a number of good works, including fighting for women's body autonomy, religious plurality in public forums, working on behalf of children in public school who have been subjected to proselytizing and corporal punishment, and much, much more. As an organized religion, we feel it is our function to actively provide outreach, to lead by example, and to participate in public affairs, wheresoever the issues might benefit from rational satanic insights. As Satanists, we should all be guided by our consciences, to undertake noble pursuits, guided by our individual wills. We believe that this is a hope for all mankind and the aspiration for all humanity. For more information, please visit our websites, thesatanictemple.com and thesatanictemplearizona.com.
And welcome
Hello.
back, everybody. Thanks
My
for
name is
staying
Scott
with us
Pryor,
through the
co-host of the
commercial
internet
break
radio
there.
show
Well,
Progressive
it's not really
Voices of
commercials because
Arizona.
they're more PSAs because we definitely
Arizona
don't
is
get
made
paid
up of a
for it.
wide variety of individuals, all of
So
which
yeah,
have many different
one of the things that
beliefs.
people need to remember is that you can find us quite a few different places on Facebook, on the web. Our website is www.provoicesaz.com. We are on, I think we're on